Hey everybody, Crow back again, and earlier today Blaze put up a video on their YouTube channel which is an announcement for the next two arcade collections, Jaleco Arcade 1 and Gaelco Arcade 2. Now I initially discovered this because I noticed on their Discord channel there was a notification, so they just kind of listed everything out right there. So I was a bit spoiled as to which games were on it, but they did and I read it. Some of the games were familiar to me, some of them were not. So I have not watched this video yet. It's only about a minute long. So I'm going to watch it and then we'll just kind of go back and thumb through the games on it once more just to see if I recognize them or not. So let's begin. All right, they start out with the quarter going in the arcade machine. So this is rather short for announcement. Last ones were like 6 minutes, 8 minutes for one collection. So, okay, we know this. So most of the trailers already dedicated to stuff we already know. So the Stynex, Avenging Spirit, okay. Psy Battler, Earth Defense Force, okay. P-47, the Phantom Fighter, Rodland, Saint Dragon, which I knew that that one was familiar. 64 Street Detective, that one kind of stuck out with me too. Now the Gaelco Collection 2, Arcade 2, this is something I'm really looking forward to because of how crazy the original ones, and I know how crazy some of the games in this one are going to be. So yeah, we kind of really quick announcement. All right, so let's kind of go through this one more time, just kind of slowly scrubbing through it. So yeah, we don't even start to get any of the announcements until like 14 seconds in this 55-second video. So the first one, Jaleco Arcade 1. So there's 8 games in the Jaleco collection. So they had a teaser trailer for one of the next arcade collections, and I wasn't aware of it because they didn't post it on their YouTube channel. Apparently it was just on Twitter or Facebook or something I don't normally check. And they didn't post an announcement about it, but there was kind of a hint as to what was going to be on it, at least one hint. The hint was something that would have been on the Jaleco collection. So on the Evercast last week, we were all speculating as to which games would be in here. So let's kind of go through it. The Stynex, this was one I pointed out because we got a Stynex, the NES version, on one earlier collection, and I just kind of figured that the Stynex would be in this one, and looks like I'm right. I mean, it's a completely different game. It plays nothing like the NES version, so it's not like we're getting a duplicate here. Avenging Spirit, I might have played this in MAME, but this is not like ringing any bells. This is not something that I instantly know what this is, but it does look interesting, so I'm kind of looking forward to trying this one out. Psy Battler, we get to shoot 'em up. Looks like we're a robot here, down here, and over here. So vertical shoot 'em up, so that looks good. Earth Defense Force. Now I know that we got the Super Nintendo version of Earth Defense Force in the previous Jaleco collection. I don't know how close the arcade version is to the SNES version. In fact, I didn't even know there was an arcade version until I was doing research on the SNES version. And I wonder if defense is spelled incorrectly here on purpose. Is it offense? Defense? Are you defensing something? Or is it just misspelled? Next up, we got P-47, the Phantom Fighter, another shoot 'em up. And you know, I can't get enough shoot 'em ups. You put arcade shoot 'em ups on these collections all day for all I care. So I'm not really familiar with this one a whole lot. Again, just one I maybe have just touched upon, but not really remember. Rodland, I do kind of vaguely remember this one. It's kind of interesting, kind of almost like a single screen game. If I'm remembering correctly, it's a single screen, kind of like Bubble Bobble or Tumble Pop in a way, but you know, slightly different layout with ladders and stuff. So it's the kind of thing where I'd have to play it again to refresh my memory. And then Saint Dragon, this is the one I kind of realized instantly because it was already, by the time I found out about the teaser trailer, they had used a sound effect from this game, and it was already kind of spoiled what game was that was being used before I'd even seen it. And when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, Saint Dragon, I know this game. The last time, I can't remember if I actually played this or not, other than MAME. I know Galloping Ghost has this game. I don't remember if I actually played it or not, but it seems really interesting. Seems like a really interesting twist on the shoot 'em up. And then 64th Street, a detective story. Now this one's familiar to me because normally when I go through MAME, it's like really early in the list because it's got a number, and it's like one of the first beat 'em ups you play if you were to play MAME games alphabetically. This one really isn't the greatest from what I remember. It's very forgettable, which is why nobody really talks about this game, I think. But who knows, when we get this collection, maybe I'll play through it and I'll have a different opinion of it. And then we're going to move over to the Gaelco Arcade 2. Gaelco Arcade 1 was crazy. And on the last Evercast, we were kind of speculating, well, if there was a Gaelco Arcade 2, what games would be on it? Or at least I was. There's one game that I mentioned for sure is on it, and it doesn't surprise me. But I'm so glad it's going to be on there. So Big Karnak is one of Gaelco's earliest games, from what I remember. It might be their very first game, so it's really interesting to see that one. I don't know how crazy this is, but you're like a pharaoh. I guess it's a side-scrolling beat-em-ups in a way, or slash-em-up. But moving on, Maniac Square. You know what? I'm not very familiar with this puzzle game, so it's really interesting we're getting another arcade puzzler. It looks like a match 3 type of deal. We'll find out when we get it. I really don't remember playing this one. Next up, Squash. That'll be weird. Look at this. Oh, that guy's hitting the ground hard. Look at that. Boom! Boom! Boom, boom. I wonder how hurt these guys get in this game. Look, he lost his racket even. Okay. Now we're moving on to TH Strikes Back Thunder Hoop 2. Yes, the sequel to Thunder Hoop. And this is similar, but it plays way differently than Thunder Hoop. This is way crazier than the original Thunder Hoop, as you can see by this footage. I know they kind of flew by the footage really quick there, but just kind of looking at frame by frame, when you hit these women, man, they just blow up. It's it's kind of interesting. So yeah, and this is only like a second of gameplay we're seeing here, and already look how much insane stuff is going on. And your character here looks more like a Dragon Ball Z character than he did in the original game. And then we got Touch and Go, which is, well, looks like a volleyball game. I'm not really familiar with this one. And then I think this is the last one, World Rally 2. And I really enjoyed World Rally in Gaelco Arcade 1, so I'm really looking forward to World Rally 2. I think in this one you even get a car selection. And that's about it. So these 2 collections are coming out in July 2022. I know that they had posted that the pre-orders will start taking place May 31st, and I know that I'm really looking forward to these 2, and for me, it would be a no-brainer to pick up these 2 if I was picking and choosing which collections I would want, but I pick them all up anyway, so, but again, these look like they're going to be really good ones, especially Gaelco Arcade 2. So, that's a quick one. Hopefully it winds up quick after editing, and tomorrow I should have up my second part of the re-ranking everything video, because that's all done and ready to go. In fact, I was going to post it today, but I decided to postpone it, so I'd post this one instead. But yeah, we're going to call a video here. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.